Hello, Dell Shakes fans, Facebook family, friends, and followers of the Sonnet Project. Um, my name is Leonard Kelly, and today I'm here to share with you Sonnet number 102. Who would have thought we would get all the way to Sonnet 102? But here we are. Now, looking at Sonnet 102, the thing I find fascinating about it is that this sonnet is so changeable. Every time I look at it, the poem itself becomes something a little bit different. And I find that really fascinating. So I'm not quite sure exactly what's going on here. Now, the first time I looked at this sonnet, I thought that it was very kind of sentimental and deeply romantic and kind of mature. And we look at those first lines that say, "My love is strengthened, though more weak in seeming. I love not less, though less the show appear." I mean, here he's identifying that his love does not require that kind of decoration of constant poetry, constant praise, and I thought that was really interesting. But then I thought about the sonnets that precede this one, that immediately precede this one, the sonnets of silence. Um, Shakespeare, or the poet in this case, seems to have lost his muse. His muse is no longer inspiring him, not allowing him the opportunity to offer those poems. Um, so, what does that mean? Is this then kind of like a cover-up where he's making an excuse as to why he's not been offering um, poems to his beloved, these offerings, these love offerings to his beloved? Or is it a realization that he actually understands that maybe that's not the necessary part of love? I'm not sure. But then we go down a little bit further, and there's this line that says, "But that wild music burdens every bough, and sweets grown common lose their dear delight." And then I started thinking about way back a couple weeks ago, the rival poet sonnets. So there are these other rivals for his beloved's affection, who are also showering him with praise, with poems, these gifts about his beauty and his excellent qualities, and the fact that he is the paradigm of perfection. And so maybe Shakespeare is creating this like rationalization, saying, that's not necessary, that's not what true love is. And maybe he's even kind of throwing a little Shakespearean shade at these other individuals to say that such common things are appropriate at the beginning of a love affair, but now when it's mature and we understand how deeply we love, those are no longer necessary. Or maybe he's just afraid that his beloved will get too used to that, and so he needs to change up the game a little bit. So I don't know. Is this a manipulation to keep his beloved interested, or is it a realization that there is a way of expressing love that goes beyond these kind of external protestations and validations of his feelings for his beloved? I'm not sure. But I invite you then to listen to this sonnet, maybe listen to it a couple of times, and try to figure out what's going on here. So, without any further ado, here is sonnet number 102. My love is strengthened, though more weak in seeming. I love not less, though less the show appear. That love is merchandised, whose rich esteeming the owner's tongue doth publish everywhere. Our love was new, and then but in the spring, when I was wont to greet it with my lays, as Philomel in summer's front doth sing, and stops his pipe in growth of riper days. Not that the summer is less pleasant now than when her mournful hymns did hush the night, but that wild music burdens every bough, and sweets grown common lose their dear delight. Therefore, like her, I sometimes stop my tongue, because I would not dull you with my song. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day.